Okay, so we're coming into the 11th over. It is 1 for 40, so exactly 4 runs per wicket is the current score, and so currently Diamond Creek are ahead of the required run rate.
Fourth bowler now being used by Doyle, and it's not surprising that he has turned to a fourth bowler. When you're not getting the wickets, you've got to keep trying things as a skipper.
Whoa, I'm not familiar with this guy, so... Oh yeah, bit of a darty off-spinning bowler. He's not spinning the ball too much. Oh, well. A diving catch by the short fine leg has gotten the wicket.
Fantastic field placement there. You certainly don't want to not have a short fine leg just in case of one just being tucked off the hips to save the one. But in that case, he actually has eclipsed to be the #1 man for our channel catch of the summer there.
Oh, what a great catch. I mean, the ball was a dart ball, and the batsman played a rather, good mix of a sweep shot and a back foot pull shot, and the fielder had to really dive down low to his left in order to snaffle it up, and so it was a really good technique.
McDonald making 13 there, and like we were talking about in the coverage, he was certainly batting with that confidence earlier in his innings there, and that wasn't a bad shot there, so hopefully he doesn't get too down on himself as he looks towards round 2.
And one of the the retaining batsman has decided to go with the cap technique, taking off his helmet. And so this opens up some questions now for the Diamond Creekians, because 2 for 40 in the 10th over. In the 10th over? In the 11th over. So here we go. And much more air, that one. Centre ball, and played away for a dot ball. The Riversidians are doing as much as they can to create some banter. And glanced for a dot ball. And that's the end of a successful over for Riverside. Diamond Creek are 2 wickets down. So, we're coming into the 11th over. The 12th over. Well fielded there by mid-on. And what's the score?
Got the score at 2 for 40 at the moment there.
Oh, so that was a wicket maiden.
Certainly was. They weren't able to accumulate any runs there. So certainly the pendulum's just swinging a little bit towards the side of here.
Ooh, well blocked.
I think we're seeing the job that Wilcock does need to do there. Even if he's not taking wickets, just make sure he drives up those runs. He's done so in his 1.2 overs.
Yeah, I can't really see a way of him getting wickets in this stage of the game, because the ball is a bit old, and because he doesn't even seem to have an obvious plan other than stump to stump. And well driven again and fielded again by the fielder at mid-off for another dot ball.
He'll be back himself in Williams to bat through the innings. He certainly has done so in the past there for the second 11. So it'll be up to the others to bat around him, and Taylor's certainly one of the more important ones. You've also got a couple of others in terms of being able to hang around.
Whoa, aggressive shot there. And the fielder is chasing. It's going to fall short inside, and it's going to dribble, and just picked up before the boundary. And they come back for 2. Well played there.
And that's the problem when you only have 3 on the leg side there. It is a lot of work when you get someone like Williams who's got his timing going. So maybe they do consider a 4th on the leg side, even if it's just in the ring.
Oh! A rather melodramatic lunge forward to block that one, and a bit of a fumbly inside edge sort of situation for dot ball. And another wonderful shot, and fielded very nicely by their fielder at mid-off for the 1 run, and it's the end of the over. So, comes into bowl, and well played. So, we are into the 13th over. It is 2 for 42. Oh, aggressive shot there, and the cameraman can just ease into that, and it's just too fast for the cameraman, and that's 4.
Beautifully timed there from Taylor there, and he's got an important job there with Williams as the other senior man in this side to make sure that they steady the ship here. And so far they've done it, even if it's only a 6-run partnership.
And he bowls it again, and it's blocked. And that is a really, really good technique. It's, you know, very difficult to play an off spinner straight, because if you close the face too early, then you're going to get a leading edge. But if you play too late, then you might risk hitting it down to fine leg.
Well defended again by Taylor there.
And so to actually be able to hit straight and perfectly close the bat for 4 was really good batting. Oh, well played. End of the over. Okay, so now we are in the 14th over. The score is 2 for 45. And wild ball down the leg side for a wide.
Really important they do keep the extras down here at Riverside. Diamond Creek did only bowl 13 and that included a couple of byes. Riverside already up to 8 there, so it could be the difference.
Also included a couple of beamers. Comes in, bowls, and aggressive stroke. And what is the umpire going to do? 4 runs.
That's a good example for the children out there who are thinking about playing the more aggressive shots. So you do have to follow through with the shot there. Williams didn't check his shot there, just decided to go with the full swing of the arms, make sure he got the elevation, and even if it didn't carry to the boundary, at least it wasn't near the field of danger.
Absolutely, very good. As far as slogging is concerned, that's the proper technique. When you make a very aggressive stroke by making a good ball into a boundary ball, you still have to do all the old things correctly, like making sure that you keep your eye on the ball, making sure that your balance, your weight is right, making sure that your wrists are in the right position. Everything still applies.
Well said, well said.
Whoa, what was that?
That was a very full delivery there from Wilcock, and Williams getting it out there, making sure there was no danger of his wicket. Going back on a knife's edge here, and the crowd has certainly gone into that murmur again there, so they know how close it is.
It's a bit of a tension, a bit of polite, quiet tension around the ground. And wide, short, wide, decided to leave it alone for another run.
Important for Wilcock's back, get back on the job there. He's, well, certainly 95% of his delivery is right in the right area, but there's just a couple of extras here and there. Takes the pressure off.
And well played for a dot ball at mid-off.
Nearly done there by Connor Gedge there at mid-on.
Here we go, boys, come on!
Certainly the banter around the ground, they can tell how important this moment is in the game. If they can get 1 or 2 wickets there, test out Diamond Creek's middle to low order.
And another one left alone. End of the over. Okay, so the third over of the spinner, locked there.
We're into this 15th over here.
It is 2 for 52. So the run rate has declined from 4 to about 3 2/3.
Important here for Johnson, make sure he's clean here just in case there is the edge.
Still pretty much the same field that we've had for the entirety of this bowler spell, and well blocked.
Doing a really good job here, Doyle, and certainly not the first time there. A veteran off spinner for this Riverside side, and the captain, of course.
And well cut off the back foot. Oh. Well, that was a bit weird.
Well, as they say in local cricket, if it's within a beer can, it's not out. So I think they apply that one in that instance.
So the ball wasn't that short, but it was played late cut down to backward point. The fielder threw it in, and the wicketkeeper made the noise of not really an appeal, but like a chuckle, as a proud of himself for doing his work, which is the normal response when you know it's a comfortable wicket. Comes into bowl again.
Wickets are always honest though.
Yeah. And another very fast over, end of the over. Well, the problem, of course, with starting the cricket season in October is that, of course, this is the rainy season, that tiny little bit of time in spring where in the southern hemisphere of Australia it really pours, and it's basically the only time of the whole year when there's significant amounts of rain. And so you would normally expect, as the bowler comes into bowl, it's normal for at least one game in the first couple of rounds of every cricket season to be washed out, just because this is the time when the most of the rain happens. And so, as far as this day is concerned, I could not think of a better day to begin cricket. This has just been a gorgeous, gorgeous spring day. And very well played. Oh.
On the half volley there, it's in the mid-off field spin. Well, you're quite right, we've actually had fantastic weather today, and it's important that we do get these games early on, just to make sure that the fans have a bit of momentum coming into the summer cricket. I know it can be easily distracted from things like the Ashes coming up, but certainly this is what they want to watch here.
Absolutely. And well blocked. And of course, with the JLT Cup not being broadcast on free-to-air TV or on pay TV at all, it means that no one from the Australian public, as glances away to fine leg for one,
Single there to Jared Williams.
other than the internet savvy people, there's no cricket until the late November when the first test of the Ashes begins. So there's no beginning series like a small one-day series, and there's no JLT Cup as a term of pre-season one-day tournament.
And we'll just jump here around the grounds here. We've got the first wicket there in Sydney. Renshaw's out for 74, called by Cameron White with the bowling of Farwood Ahmed. Queensland 1 for 149. Single there to Taylor. But you're quite right, it's important for the viewers to get their fix of cricket there, and we're better to be in Diamond Creek. I know you've lived here a long time in your life, and you've loved the suburb every day.
Well, it's a very small suburb because there's just one street, which is the main street, where everything is situated along the road. And it's a very well glanced off the pads down to the fielder at long on for the 1 run. And it means that there's nowhere in Diamond Creek that is more than a half an hour walk away from it. And that sort of immense intimacy means that everything feels very compacted, easy to get to, very easy to use as a resource, and very well defended there. End of the over. Alright, so the spinner is continuing to bowl. It is 58 for 2 coming into the 17th. The run rate has well and truly gone down from its peak at 4, and now it's just at 3.5 and heading towards the low 3s. So great bowling so far in the last half an hour from the Riversidians. And glanced for a better dot ball. So we've got one deep fielder, which is the fielder at long on, which is just near the camera. And that was a little bit high.
I would have thought maybe a little bit too much turn as well there from Doyle, and he was awfully confident though, but mind you, that's the way you do get leg befores in this grade. You have to start confident, and the second most important thing is has to be hitting the subs.
You have to yell at the umpire.
Beautifully touched there from Williams, and they should get at least 2. Taylor not interested in a third, so that'll be what they settle on as they move the score into the 60s. I think they realise how important that wicket was at Williams there. He's certainly anchoring the innings there. Very similar to Broker back in the first innings.
Whoa, well defended.
Neatly done there from Johns behind the stumps there. I know you've raved about his keeping over the off-season.
Absolutely. End of the over, and another quick over, just 100 seconds for that over. So, the 18th over comes into bowl. The 18th over, it is 2 for 66. The bowler 60. 2 for 60.
Doing a good job here, Wilcock, but he'll still have to be changed. Nearly done there at point there.
Yeah. Everything's starting to quiet down now. The tension is sort of dissipated into a sort of...
A lull?
A lull of...
There's no ball for innings there for stepping.
It's pretty much a realisation that the Riverside firepower has gone. There's not going to be any more wickets that they're going to blast through sheer magnificence, other than the 1 wicket in the first couple of overs. And well played again. And so the batsmen now are in a position where they don't have to fear the bowling, and so it's a matter of a real arm struggle that's beginning to emerge as the overs and the play really starts to take hold of this contest.
What's important here at Marngrook in particular is that you don't let the run rate get out of hand. Similar to across the road at Coventry, you don't want to underestimate how the bowlers can restrict you in the last 10 overs, especially the final 5, which we'll hopefully get to later on the day. It's important to make sure keep it in check, keep it manageable. Some more network there.
End of the over. Okay. So we are into the 19th over. It is 2 for 61. The run rate has fallen to just a flat, more or less a flat 3. Just a 3.3 and a bit.
Of course, to remind those who may have missed earlier in the telecast, they need 150 to win, so they need 89 more of these 22 overs.
Indeed.
That's a big wicket. Williams gone. And Chukka, that is a game changer.
Absolutely. I mean, that was the ball that he was waiting for. It was a bit short. It bounced up to the point where it was about at his hip, and so he played the pull shot, which you can imagine that would be the right shot to play, and just did not get the technique right, and just seemed to bend his legs too much, which meant that his body was too low and he got underneath it rather than stroking through it. So instead of a crisp stroke through mid-wicket for 4, it was instead a top edge for a catch at a square leg. And so just at that moment when we're going to be seeing what type of arm struggle and arm wrestle this this contest was going to present us with. Wicket has fallen. We've not far to go before the drinks break.
Really important time here. They want to make sure that they keep that run rate in check. 4 is manageable. When it turns into that 5, 5.5, 15 overs, that's when it gets really tricky there. So they certainly want to make sure they keep it in check.
Well, I'd like to ask a couple of questions about that, Haydos. So what do you think of the Diamond Creek lower order? I mean, do they have the firepower and the stroke play necessary to score something as large as 5 runs and over?
Look, I think it's getting better. I think Cal Sexton down there definitely has that ability to score quite quickly there. I think if it comes down to guys more of the Wells variety, I think they'll be working the ball around as opposed to that pure firepower. So I think the majority of the boundaries are going to come at this stage. Towards the end, it is probably going to be similar to what we saw before with 1s and 2s.
Well played for a dot ball. Comes into bowl. And well struck into the covers, but a dot ball fielded there by mid-off. And now things start to become a bit awkward for the Diamond Creekians, because stroke play into the covers will get you no runs. This is the situation where defensive field is actually the most attacking thing you can possibly do. End of the over. Comes into bowl, and that was a weird one. He obviously brushed the pads as it went down the leg side, so that was a dot ball. Blocked into the leg side for another dot ball. This is the last over before the drinks break, so it's likely that everyone will be at their most defensive, just trying to see out play, and they'll look to regroup when they get the opportunity at the drinks break. A little bit of a smoky haze is covering the ground right now. The sun is still very high up in the sky. There's no chance of it getting dark, but the cloud coverage means that there are times when the sun is covered up and we get a bit more darkness, but now it's bursting through, so it's getting a bit brighter as I speak. Comes into bowl, and bowled it at the pads, but unable to hit it away, so another dot ball. This game is poised in a very interesting situation, really. You can't really think of a more delicate situation. Well played for a block dot ball. Certainly Diamond Creek are not out of this. They're well and truly within the hunt for this contest. But the fact of the matter is that their run rate is lower than what you would want. Having a flat 3 or something thereabouts is too low. It would need to be approaching 3.25 or something like that. That would be something more. So I think they're like 5 or 10 runs short of what they would like to be, Diamond Creek, but they're not, you know, they're not wildly out of this contest, and it will be a very interesting thing to see what exactly happens as we get past the drinks break and to the final 20 overs of the match. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back we're going to see the remainder of this contest. Don't go away, we're going to get a quick word from our sponsors.